Buffalo Jills, New Orleans Sensations. Dad. I have a novelty calendar subscription.
Well, then bust out your pom-poms, Tam-Tam, because it is time to flirt some intel out of a bunch of horny linebackers.
Alright.
What? Tamsin, the cheerleader?
You don't think I can dupe a bunch of girls who think clapping is a sport?
Scream perk.
Huh. Okay. Well, do you know what I think? Give me a D, give me a Y, give me a suck my balls.
I'm at another con this weekend, and I had no idea that they would be on the exact same weekend. And so I'm so sorry I'm there. I adore you more than I can possibly express. And I will do my best to get there maybe the following year, hopefully next year. But I love you, and thank you so much for showing up for the rest of our cast.
Everyone. Sorry for the late start. You can thank the Toronto Blue Jays for that. Let's get started. My name is Natalie Cooper. You might know me as You might know me as @LostGirlSeries on Twitter. Let's get this started. Please allow me to introduce the cast and crew of the best show on television. So first up, we have the last mesmer on Earth, Paul Amos. And we have our warrior Valkyrie, Rachel Scarston. And now we have the succubus of the hour, Anna Silk. Our final cast member is the man whose growl is legendary, Kris Holden-Ried. And taking a break from his very busy schedule as showrunner and executive producer, Michael Grassi. And finally, we have the hardest working person behind the scenes, the best boss ever, executive producer, Vanessa Piazza. So let's start off with something nice and easy for everyone. If you could say anything to your character going into the 5th season, what would it be?
Keep it up!
Wait a minute, who's that to? Keep it up. That's personal here, young lady. That's what we begin.
If you could say anything to your character going into the season, what would it be? Buckle up. That's a good one. Okay, Anna, Bo went through a lot last season. Spoiler alert, everybody. Earmuffs. She lost her memory, she lost Hale, she lost Rainer, and she lost Kenzie. Where is our favorite succubus at in season 5?
Well, yes, the end of season 4 was a lot for everybody, particularly for Bo. You know, that sort of heartbreak at the end of the season for her really puts her on a path for season 5. And Bo is extremely clear-headed, very much on a mission, and is taking no prisoners. So So that's where we're going to start off this amazing season.
Awesome. Speaking of Kenzie's death, how has it affected everyone else's character? That can go for anyone.
Well, I think across the board, I mean, Kenzie is such a part of our family.
You don't know.
No, was, you never know past tense, present, right? You don't want to speak of the dead in the past, do you? Talk to them like they're still here, right? Michael, my fire.
And our next guest, Ksenia Solo!
Okay, shutting it down. Oh, no, just kidding. Kris, we last saw Dyson pledging himself to Bo at the end of season 4. He had also just hooked up with Tamsin. What is his love life like in season 5?
What are we, Docu-Val, Docu-Dyson?
They were like, well,
what is our ship? What's our ship? Is there a ship for us?
No, Wolf-Curry?
Wolf-Curry?
I think it's like Wolf Curry. We do eat
Wolf Curry. What's that? Wolf Curry. I gotta cook that. Just have a little parsley afterwards, though.
All right, Paul. So Vex was a tested friend and ally to everyone in the group, but then we got hit with a bombshell that he had actually raised Massimo. So are we going to see Vex break away from the group this season, or are we still going to see him around the Dow?
Well, he's currently partying in Berlin quite hard after what happened at the end of season 4. I think he's gone away. He's trying to keep away from the group for a while. It wasn't very nice what he did to Kenzie. I think he's feeling a lot of regret. So I think he has to maybe come back and face up to his wrongdoings.
All right.
So yeah, we could possibly see him in a slightly different role, coming back and trying to make amends, I guess.
Great. Just going back to the other end of the table, Vanessa, you only recently got Twitter. We're all very proud. What's it like to see just how widespread and international the Lost Girl fan base is?
Yeah, well, I mean, I've had it for about a year now, but yeah, it was, I definitely resisted the Twitter for a while, and it's amazing actually to see the presence of the fans through Twitter and social media, and here today. Yeah, I'm gonna actually read a tweet that we got after the Anna's announcement went out about season 5 being supersized, 16 episodes, and that it was going to be the final season. One tweet that I think kind of expresses sort of our fan base. I'm going to actually read to you guys, if I can find it. Drum roll, please.
Come on, everyone.
So this just kind of speaks to our fans, you guys. It's just a TV show, right? What's the big deal? Well, I've lived long enough to realize all things come to an end, and a loss is part of life. Anna's announcement today, the final season of Lost Girl, deeply saddens me. As a lifelong sci-fi fantasy fan, I was excited upon discovering Lost Girl, the strong female lead, the intriguing characters, the interesting storyline, and unapologetic sexuality without labels or sharing was refreshing and engaging. Those qualities alone were enough to get me hooked. What I never expected, however, was the discovery of a huge international group of fans who have and continue to change my life forever. We've laughed, we've cried, and we've all actually become friends. And more than that, we've bonded over Lost Girl and have truly become a family. And I think that speaks to our fans, and it's kind of amazing just to see how international our fan base is and how it's actually kind of brought people together into their own family. And they've now become friends. And,
yeah, there's a lot of different groups that have formed, and people have really created intimate relationships. Like there's the KHR Pack. There's all these little groups that sort of function and
Team Pervert, don't forget that. My people! Perversion reigns!
Wow, they're a rowdy bunch, those perverts. Good for you.
All right, let's throw a question to Michael. You joined the show last season. How much did you know about Lost Girl before you got on board? Was there anything that surprised you about the show or its cast or its fan base?
Well, I was a huge Lost Girl fan before I came on. I actually have really vivid memories of watching the series premiere on Showcase and just being so pulled in by Beau's story and the amazing cast. And I remember the humor and the voice being so incredible as well. And I remember being a fan of Michelle Lovretta, the creator's work beforehand, so I was so excited about it. And then I remember there was one moment in the series, in the episode, where there was a hand job joke. And it was something like, not in a creepy hand job way, and I'm like, this is a show I can really get behind. This is a show I can, like the series had me at not in a creepy hand job way, so I'm super lucky to be on it right now.
Anna, I'm sure there's one huge question on fans' minds that hasn't changed through 4 seasons and now going into the 5th. Who is Beau getting together with this season?
Allows us to sort of deliver the most impactful, the most dynamic season yet, and we get to provide answers and we get to provide closure. And I think this is a really important season. One of the big things over the past 4 years has been Beau's father, and one of the exciting things is this season we'll get some real answers as to who Beau's father is. So I think that'll be an exciting thing for Beau. It'll spin her in some interesting directions as well as the rest of the characters. So,
yeah, and it's such a gift to know when we're ending, because we get to tell the story that we really want to tell. And I feel so lucky that we have that opportunity, because a lot of shows don't, you know? And I just really, I feel really, really lucky.
Plus you'd get tired of us eventually. Dyson gets fat. Please let me get fat. What? Or give a grandmother a walk now.
Go for a stroll when you're a dog. If she needs you walking, you'll never get fat.
Well, stay tuned.
So Unfortunately, the show is coming to an end. Is there a piece of clothing or a prop that you each want to take with you when production is ended?
Bo's kimono. The red one. The original.
Nice. You'll claim it now.
Vanessa has dibs on the kimono.
Oh, I would.
We have 6 of them. We have 6 of them. So we can all.
We can all have one.
That's great.
I can't wait. There's a good cosplay for us at our next one.
My favorite prop is from Bo's donning in season 3, and it was the machine that was the invitation to the donning. I don't know where I'd put it in my house, but I'd like that. It's okay.
I'm going to steal Dyson's bracelet. The story behind it is we bought this bracelet for our pilot. Not this one, no. And I never liked it. And I talked to our wardrobe designer. I was like, look, as soon as if we go to real camera, we're going to replace this thing. Right? She's like, oh yeah, we'll make this beautiful Celtic one. It'll be really great with the character. Season 2, we're going to replace this bracelet, right? Oh yeah, we're going to make this amazing thing. It's going to be custom made. Season 3, bracelet? And by season 4, I actually I was like, no one's taking this bracelet.
It's broken now.
It's busted up, it's stinky, it's like, it's left a permanent scar on Ksenia's soul's back from the tango scene. It's missing rivets, and I'm gonna put it in a frame, nicely mounted, and then I'm gonna put a little hammer on it that says break in case of movie deal.
Bo's car. I don't really know what I would do with that car. Not drive it very well, apparently, because I got in trouble with it sometimes. But I think I would want Bo's knife, the one that she, wears around her hips and the bolsters in her leg. It was made for me. It fits me. It feels right, and I can scare the neighborhood kids.
I'm gonna take that damn boomerang and burn it and dance around it.
You take your what?
That stupid boomerang.
Oh, you mean this one? Taking down the Rakshasa.
Burn it on your front lawn. But otherwise, probably one of Tamsin's many leather jackets. She actually wears the sickest leather jacket this season, so I'll probably take that.
I'll probably pick a high heel. Not because I wear them, honestly, but just to remind myself of the pain that ladies go through to make themselves 3 inches higher. Yeah, it's painful. I think I probably need to be reminded of that pain.
Well, that's because you already took the codpiece.
I've already got the codpiece.
He invited me over to his amenities suite at his new condo, and there I'm sporting. Speedo was the way to go. No, man. He's going with codpiece. Team pervert. Guys, it's
celebration.
All right, Rachel. Tamsin got some really cool wings in season 4. In terms of visual effects, how did you try to play having wings that weren't there? And what was your reaction to seeing them for the first time?
So yeah, I didn't really know what the wings were going to look like, and so the first time that they come out, which is when I'm with Massimo and Anna, after we had filmed that, I got a chance to see the special effects of the wings, and they were so amazing. But I noticed that they just sort of came out like I hadn't really done anything to show that they were coming out. So now I kind of developed a move. Yeah, it's like a thing. You'll just have to stay tuned. But they outdid themselves with those wings. They're so beautiful. If they were real, I would take them with me. Alas, they're not.
They are very cool. Kris, so you've been known to bust a move on the show before. We saw you dance to Hungry Like the Wolf in season 3. But in the season 4 premiere, you, Casey, and Ksenia busted out a tango that was just out of this world. Can you tell us a little bit about what went into putting that together?
That was a real treat. trained, well, Ksenia really busted her ass. Like, she had double the work. I mean, Casey and I basically stood there like male dance stands, and she did all this beautiful stuff around us every time, and then we'd have to pout. We're back. But no, I mean, that was 3 weeks of every moment that she wasn't on set, she was training with our choreographer, and like twisted ankles, bloody feet. She really, it was on her, and our choreographer, Nikita, and of course
Rachel busted some moves too.
Yeah, that's true. And the dance off.
Oh, we're gonna bring that up, are we? It was awesome. You were a natural.
Yeah.
No, that literally was my natural dance. They were like, are you okay with like dancing really badly? I'm like, oh, so Saturday night, yes.
But yeah, no, that tango was it was a gift. It was an amazing experience for all of us, and we really, after that episode, we felt so united. We were just like, oh my God, we just did this thing, and I'm so glad it turned out great. I mean, and it was also Jake. He let us really do it, because usually in TV you compress things, right? And like a 5-minute tango would have 45 seconds of airtime, but they really let it play out, and we're all very proud of it. So I'm glad you guys liked it. Thanks.
So, Michael, one of the saddest and most shocking moments of season 4 was Hale's death. Was that something that was planned far in advance?
It's all Michael's idea.
We love Casey Collins so much, and he did such a great job with the character of Hale. And from the beginnings of the brainstorming days for season 4, we knew that Hale's character was going to go. And it was for 100% story purposes, which we were really excited about in terms of what it would do to our gang, what it would do to Bo and Kenzie's relationship. Following that, Kenzie asked Bo to claim her, so it just had huge ripple effects for all of the characters, Dyson, Bo, Kenzie. And a lot of the ripples of that sort of carried through season 5 in a way, and how people sort of tangibly and emotionally deal with filling sort of Hale's place in their lives, which was really exciting. Yeah, so we didn't know, we knew from the beginning.
All right, Anna, it's been mentioned that one of the biggest themes of season 5 is family. What do you think family means to someone like Bo?
Oh, I think family means everything to Bo. You know, her roots were that she was searching for meaning in her life and meaning for who she was. So, searching for her real family, or developing such a close relationship with this makeshift family that she found in Fayetteville. Isn't that where our show was at?
That's actually the name of our city. You didn't know that.
It means absolutely everything to her. She would stop at nothing to help anyone in her family. In searching for her real family and answers about her mother, what she's done in the past, and now her father, it's terrifying. It's that nice, crazy blend of wanting so much to know where you came from, but knowing that answer could be the scariest thing that you ever learn. So it's a lot. Like you said, it's a big theme for this season.
Paul, thank you. Paul, over the course of 4 seasons, we've learned that Vex's relationship with Ebony the Morrigan is pretty complex. Will we learn more about them in season 5?
Yes, we do. Yeah.
Do you want to maybe talk a little bit about working?
I didn't look at this question.
How would you like to work with Emmanuel?
How do I like to work with Emmanuel? Emmanuel's amazing. She's one of the kookiest people I know. In fact, she's dressed up as Pinkie Pie right now, I believe, at Dragon Con. So, I have a picture right here that I wish I could show you all. It's a cross between My Little Pony's Pinkie Pie and Lady Gaga. So, how could you not want to work with somebody that dresses up like that?
Let's hear it for Emmanuel.
Emmanuel's amazing. She does such an incredible job with that role, because I think she's one of, she's very caricature and she does an amazing job at it, and she keeps there. But I think this season she breaks through a bit more, and we're getting to see really different layers of her, and we also see different layers of Vex, and then you see how these two are trying to integrate with the gang as they're breaking out of what is, you know, a traditional, you know, caricature, evil kind of role, and they're not, you know, they're people living in this world, and they're trying to make the best and understand themselves. And I think in season 5 we really get a lot of that with these two characters, and they become much more fully fleshed, which is really interesting to play as an actor. You know,
all right.
That's what we want to do, really.
Kris, one of those surprises.
Can we just give a shout out to Ron Murphy, our amazing
Yeah!
Take him out, Ron, take him out.
We were shooting till 2 a.m. last night, episode 13, and Ron was directing, and so it's amazing that you came out. We're really happy to have you here. Thank you.
So still on the season 5 train, Rachel, we've seen Tamsin go from like a badass dark fae hell-bent on taking Beau down to like a roomie and a surrogate daughter to Kenzie. Can you tell us a bit about the Tamsin of season 5?
Yes, Tamsin of season 5 is a mixture of 3 and 4, which I actually love because I had really grown to adore Tamsin from season 3. I loved her attitude, and but in season 4 you saw such a vulnerability about her and this sort of naive quality, and she kind of now has both of those things. So she's more open and vulnerable, but she also just has, you know, her great one-liners and all this attitude, and as you saw.
And she looks damn good in the cheerleader outfit.
Did you see what else I've been on in that episode?
Speaking of what Rachel Scarson looks good, and I just want to put this out to the crowd. What original Star Trek series character is Rachel Scarson cosplaying as?
All right, let's do this. Let's do this.
The gauntlet's down.
I come and pick Kris up, and he's like, "Oh yeah, you look like Star Trek right now." Does this look like Star Trek? Does it?
Original series.
No. Okay, I like Star Trek. I watch Voyager.
Right? What?
Okay, see if you can get one person to say anything.
Hands up if you think she looks like somebody from Star Trek. Oh! I won't ask you the
This
other one,
crowd,
'cause
that is a compliment, and I meant it was one too. Someone with a hat.
I look like Nurse Who.
I didn't take a shower today, man. I'm busy.
All right.
Dr. McCoy's, one of Dr. McCoy's nurses. There you go.
Moving right along. Stop making fun of the actors, it's not nice. Kris, one of the most surprising relationships that has evolved over the course of the show is Dyson's relationship with Lauren. Where do you feel they stand now?
As in, and when we enter season 5?
Yeah. Don't spoil.
You've done already.
You know, Lauren and Dyson, they've really learned to respect and love and care for each other. You know, this is one of the lovely things I like about the dynamic on Lost Girl, is that we didn't go with, you know, a conniving rivalry, or, you know, we didn't try to undermine each other. We actually, it's a supporting and loving environment. We act responsibly and like adults with each other, and through that and through our mutual love of Beau, we've come to really respect and understand each other, and that's where we start season 5, I think.
And there might be ninja stars.
There might be ninja stars.
One small spoiler.
Keep an eye out for the ninja stars.
By the way, Zoe Palmer is deadly. I found this out. It's all true.
So, Vanessa, you were named one of the 20 best up-and-coming Canadian stars on the rise in Hollywood by The Hollywood Reporter. Do you think that the international face of Canadian TV is changing?
Yeah, I definitely think think that the international face of Canadian TV is changing. I think that you know, we all have been part of a series that was one of many trailblazers for you know, putting Canada on the map. And I think now also like sci-fi and genre Canadian series are really you know, putting themselves on the map. And I think that yeah, it's awesome. I mean, you know, we had there was a Canadian actor from a completely Canadian series who was up for a Golden Globe last year, and you know, Lost Girl, again, as I was saying, is watched all over the world. And I definitely think that our show was, you know, it's a very progressive series, and I think that it took a lot of risks. I think there's a lot of shows in Canada now that have a very high quality look, very high quality writing and cast, and we definitely stand up to that. I mean, we have the most amazing cast in the world, obviously, and I definitely think that Canada is where it's at. Sorry? Yeah, see, there you go.
How do you say thank you in Brazil? In Portuguese? Obrigado.
Obrigado. Michael, you have a Peabody Award for your work on Degrassi involving a transgender character. Was the LGBT positive world of Lost Girl something that drew you towards it?
Absolutely, absolutely. I think sort of to draw a big difference between Degrassi and Lost Girl. In a show like Degrassi, you have to label things and you sort of have to make things tangible for a younger audience. And the thing that is so incredible about Lost Girl is sort of the lack of labels and sort of the fluidity of gender and the fluidity of sexuality on the show. And I feel like it's so special, and I feel like in a way it's a bit of hopefully what the future will be in life, if you can sort of love whoever you want to love. It is a pioneer in that way, and I feel like hopefully series will look at Lost Girl in the future and sort of have this positive world where it doesn't matter. Yeah. Awesome. Well, that's so cheesy.
Most likelies for a second. Who, and they don't have to be here, who's the most likely to make everyone laugh during a take?
Rachel. She even makes us laugh in the monitors. Thanks. I do my best.
Zoe Palmer is she does some zingers too. I don't know, it's a pretty good tie. It depends on who you're on set with, let's say.
Yeah. You make me, once you start laughing, I'm done.
I actually have a laughing problem. Yeah, once I start laughing, it's really, really hard for me to stop. And if I just see a little twinkle, I'll see a twinkle.
You can see it in my eyes.
I know. And then
seriously, you don't even crack a smile. I know. I'm biting my tongue, and you just start laughing. You know.
All right, who's the most likely to stumble during a stunt?
Rachel Scarson.
That's true. Take it.
All these are going to be Rachel Scarson, aren't they?
Let's see. Who's the most likely to mess up Faye terms?
I would say
Kris yesterday.
Kris.
He has the most to say.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe at the region yesterday.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Those were hard words.
Who's the most likely to rally everyone together if you're having a bad day?
Anna Silk.
I think I can do it.
So we got a lot of fan questions over Twitter, so I'm going to read some questions that fans submitted to us over Twitter now. The first one is for Anna. It's from someone named Melissa Tovar. She asked, what's your favorite quality of bows and why?
Oh my gosh. Okay, favorite quality of Bo and why would be just her. She's just so loyal to her very core. And I just feel like that's such a, she doesn't waver in that loyalty. And if she does, she really questions it. And I just think that's such a nice quality and such a trusting quality that she has. So yeah, I would say loyalty.
And Maverick asked, which character would you want to bring back from a previous season?
racing with, and he had us laughing like the whole time. He was great. I'd bring him back.
I like from the season 1, the Meyer.
Meyer, I was going to say the Meyer.
Remember the old grizzly guy who in the Chinese food restaurant?
Yeah, the Chinese restaurant was awesome. It was such a great location too.
Aaron's.
Yeah, Tejo or whatever.
This was a really random question we got that was my favorite. Infinite Claris asked, what do you think each of your roles would be in a zombie apocalypse? This includes Vanessa and Michael.
No, I just love zombies. I take any role. So Rachel will play the female zombie.
She'd be the zombie hugger.
This is a great question. This is a great question. Let's flesh this one out. Somebody have to do it.
Who would die first?
Who would die first? Oh, well, you're clumsy, so. So you just trip over and they eat your brain out.
I know.
You'd be first.
Anna would be second.
Anna would be second. She'd be too nice to know. Oh, go on. Go on, have my arm. Kris?
I just turned into, we're talking character, we're talking us.
I think it's your individual person.
As people.
It's you, it's Kris. And
I was hoping I could turn into a wolf. Zombies would be that, was it?
I feel like you last the longest.
I don't know, I've got skills. Pentathlete, I can sword fight, I got a samurai sword at home.
I'm the only person that can cook in the cast, so at least I'm able to eat.
I think Vanessa, personally, would be the kick-ass warrior who would take us into every battle and slay every single one.
Very true.
Yeah. You get everyone like organized.
Yeah. She'd be amazing.
She would.
I'd cook. Maybe I'd make like grilled cheese. You guys back? Like maybe some soup, maybe some chili. Is that alright? I'll maybe cook.
You guys back, Rachel? No?
Alright. Alright, this was also a really random question. I'm so sorry that I have to ask it. Leia B asked, Anna, Kris, Rachel, and Paul, does it ever creep you out that knowing people are literally obsessed with you?
Are we talking medically, like they need to be medicated, or because there's a lot? Gotta be specific here.
I really just wanted to see the looks on their faces.
No, but we're all fans of shows. Like Anna and I are actually obsessed with Benedict Cumberbatch. We actually text each other about him all day. I get updates on my phone from like articles, and then I'll send them to Anna. So that's obsessed.
Yeah. I was actually the other day writing a text that I didn't get to send to you. It was a tagline about him and you and I going to England to track him down. I was trying to come up with like a movie tagline of what that would look like. I'll work on that.
I was in school with him.
Oh, when you were a classically trained actor.
He's a lad.
Get in every day.
I can hook you up.
I just want to take a moment to point someone out. In the back, right over there, is Anita, our lovely seamstress on the Lost
Describe season 5 in one word. Pick one word. It can be a hyphenate.
Can it be like a German word? Can they do all these weird compounding things?
We can change it. One sentence.
Boom, boom, pow.
I like boom, boom, pow. Let's go on. At Emily Wollum asked if you could do a crossover with any series, which would it be and why?
Sherlock Holmes. Oh, and Tamsin. Have to be investigated.
about your fans.
Oh my God.
That you exist.
No, honestly, we have the best fans ever. You guys are the best. There's one fan who I hope is here who I just saw at an autograph signing this morning. Her name is Anne. I don't know if she's here. There she is. But she was very emotional and very excited to be here. And that meant a lot to me, Anne. And just those kinds of encounters are really incredible for us. And it's meant everything to us. And look, I'm getting weepy. But yeah, honestly, it's been such an experience. It's like nothing else. So, love you guys.
We make this show in a black room with cameras and lights, and we don't have a lot of interaction. So to see when we come out of it and see how it's affected you guys, and you know the emotions that we all start sharing, and you make us realize why we do it.
And the video tributes, you just sent me one the other day with all these clips, with all these moving lines, and Kris and I were on set watching it, and we're thinking,
and we're like, oh no, we're in makeup, we're good as them.
I know, we're just wrong.
All right.
But it's, yeah, we forget, actually. We actually forget how many episodes we've done. And each, you know, obviously, there's moments in each one that resonates with different people. And when we see those compilations, it reminds us. We like them.
And our show wouldn't exist without you, so thank you. I mean, honestly. It doesn't happen without you guys.
Well, we have to wrap up in 5 minutes, but as a final question, do you want their autographs? So as a final question, Melanie asked, what is the best thing about filming Lost Girl? What is the best thing about filming Lost Girl?
It's like being at camp. It's so much fun going to set every day and like hanging out with my friends. You know, I mean, they're truly, you guys are my friends.
And Rachel really liked camp. Rachel really liked camp.
I never went to camp. Well,
that's why she thinks it's so great.
Sassy today.
I don't know, the best thing. You know, because this is our final season, emotions are kind of running high on set lately. So we're kind of very nostalgic about a lot of things. And I was thinking the other day about how, you know, like saying goodbye to the cast and crew is going to be really hard. I'm not going to cry. I know. But I was thinking, you know, we're really only as strong as our weakest link. And that's why we've been so strong. Because we don't.
Still mean that.
What I'm trying to say is we don't really have a weak link. Everyone shows up, ready to go. Every single department, acting, crew, you know, producers, writers, everybody shows up and gives their 110%, you know? The wonderful man who drives me to work every day, oh my God, I'm gonna get him some mess. I'm a mess. He's excited to drive me to work because he loves the show, you know? So that kind of feeling has been incredible.
Yeah, there's such a feeling of camaraderie and collaboration. I mean, it doesn't happen very often what we have on Lost Girl. You know, that you get people who work so well together, the respect, that has grown into like real love and appreciation over all these years. And you know, you hear stories about other sets where it's like, oh, that beep, he was a this, he was a that. We don't have that at all. Like, and people who come on to our show. Except for that insecure, classically trained actor at the end. Like, people who come on to the show. I remember once we had a guest director, and he was saying that he thought that a lot of the success of our show was just how palpable and tangible that chemistry and that connection that all of us have with each other is, and how it translates through that camera, out through those digital waves, and into your homes. And it's been an absolute blessing.
Yeah, and from a creative perspective as an actor, I don't think many of us will ever get the chance to really be a part of a show like this, where we get to exercise so many different things within sometimes one episode. I mean, I keep talking about it. It's like we're so lucky to be able to do a dramatic scene, and then to do like a high-fast comedy, all sometimes within the same scene. It's it's such a pleasure as an actor sometimes to come in and do that on a show like this, and it has such a wide audience of people that love it. I've had a great time, and we'll go back to procedurals and surgical dramas but no, it's been really amazing, and the writers have done a really good job. But
yes, absolutely. Can we give it a hand to the writers?
And also shout out to Jay as well, who's done an amazing job overseeing the whole project the whole time. And what an amazing experience, really. We'll be quite sad to leave the leather pants and the high heels behind.
But you still have 2 years of it, so it's not over.
You guys.
Oh yeah, there's lots more high heels coming.